Kamusta na kayo?
Hola, hola, everyone.
What's poppin', everybody? My name is Nico Blitz.
And I'm Jackie Ramirez.
And this is the Mexipino podcast. We in here like swimwear with episode 57.
Woo!
Another inch closer to episode 60.
Okay, I was gonna be like, up to what?
No, we're inches closer away. And we do also want to say we know we've been talking about having special guests on the podcast. Mm-hmm. Now they are actually scheduled, so we will be having some special guests for the next upcoming podcast.
Yes, and we are gonna have a more consistent schedule. It's just our lives have been so crazy busy, as probably some of you guys know that you follow us on social media. We're getting the ball rolling on Mexipino Food Fest LA. So
yes,
that's almost in the works, or that's almost done too. But guys, we really appreciate you guys really rocking with us for so long. For 57 episodes, some of you guys have just discovered us from TikTok.
Yeah,
and have said it in the comment section. Have DM'd us regarding our podcast, and then literally anybody who is from the radio and follows the cruise show on radio has also been calling and saying like, hey Jackie, we really appreciate the podcast, so it
sick.
really means a lot to me when listeners from the radio also translate to Mexipino podcast listeners. So we really appreciate you guys for everything. So thank you for rocking with us. We'll have a more consistent schedule, and we'll have guests. We'll have guests very soon. And Mexipino Food Fest LA is happening. It is happening.
Yes, Jackie literally took all the words out of my mouth. So we hope you guys are excited for it as much as we are excited for everything that we have going on for you guys. Mm-hmm. But what we are also excited for is our sponsors, Tap Tap Send.
Yes.
Oh man, so Tap Tap Send, it's a remittance app where basically you can send money to your family, to your friends, to anybody over in the Philippines, as long as they have the app too.
Mm-hmm. You can send money from the US, the UK, Europe, and Canada. It's your remittance best friend. You guys literally can send money with no fees.
Yep.
And also too, wherever you are, you get $10 of your current currency. So if you're in the US, you get $10 when you use code Mexipino.
Yeah. And it's really easy, y'all. I literally downloaded the app. It asks you what code you want to put in, and then you're able to send money right away.
Yeah.
I've been able to send money to my cousins immediately, and I'm just this is actually very freaking easy.
Yeah, it's super easy. So make sure you guys download the Tap Tap Send app. We really appreciate them, and use code Mexipino.
You know who needs Tap Tap Send actually?
Who?
Is one of our friends that we made on Twitch. His name is That Guy Rye.
Yeah.
So let me
he could pay you.
So let me tell y'all what happened, right? This is a DJ's worst fear. A DJ's worst fear is when you do any gig, and more specifically when you do something out of the country, and then you just are not getting paid. And I'm just hey bro, what's poppin'? You're the homie and all, but when am I gonna get my money?
Also too, the conversion rate is crazy.
It's so nuts.
If you were to get paid from a gig that you did in Canada or in the UK, it's literally the same.
Yeah, but literally he ended up sending me money via Tap Tap Send, and I'm just okay, cool, thank you, bro. I appreciate you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I know you weren't trying to finesse me or anything, but there's just that little fear of when am I gonna get paid?
No, for real. So download Tap Tap Send app, use code Mexipino for $10.
Yes. So Jackie and I have been living with each other, and that means she's been sharing that much more content with me. And I'll be working from home, and I'll be on Twitter sometimes, and then I just see Jackie tweet about oh, let's go Mexico, da da da, and I'm just
damn,
whoa,
you're damn, she's really proud to be Mexican.
Yeah, I'm just damn, should I be tweeting right now? Yeah, let's go Philippines.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
But what it came down to was that I didn't realize, y'all, that there's basically a World Cup or an Olympics for baseball.
Yeah, so it's the World Baseball Classic, and it generally takes every 4 years, the same as the Olympics, right?
Just like the Olympics.
And I remember I went to the last World Baseball Classic because they have different pools meaning like brackets. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
And so they, they're in different stadiums, and one of the stadiums, what was it, 2019, I think, 2018?
I think it might have been 2019. Yeah.
But it was held at Dodger Stadium, one of the games, and it was U.S. versus Japan. And Japan always has a soft spot for me, because obviously, like, I literally have took Japanese for 4 years. I want to go to Japan. Like, that is my dream destination. And I remember I was wearing like a Dodger jersey with a Japan cap. And I was just like, I look like the most confused, and I'm Mexican. So I was just like, I look like the most confused mother effer right now.
Jackie going to a SF Giants game wearing a Dodgers hoodie and also like an Angels hat.
Oh no, I would never go to. I would never wear like an Angels hat.
Well, that's the confusion that you had going on for the World Cup in 2019.
World Baseball Classic.
World Baseball Classic. Yes.
But it's super awesome, and this year's was just so electric. Like, everyone had so much pride in their countries that they were representing.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Dodger players. There was what's his name? Thompson's brother, Klay Thompson's brother, Trace.
Oh, Tracy Thompson.
No.
Oh,
Trace Thompson.
Trace, because Trace, Clay. Yeah,
okay.
I get it.
Anyway, Trace Thompson, they actually are descendants from the UK. So he was representing
What?
Yeah.
Wait, you're telling me Clay Thompson is British?
Yeah, his brother Trace Thompson was playing for Great Britain team in the World Baseball Classic.
Holy fucking smokes, bruv.
Oh my.
Clay fucking Thompson is fucking from the UK, bruv.
They just have like lineage, yeah. So his brother Trace represented Great Britain in the World Baseball Classic.
Holy shit.
I did not think that this was gonna be that crazy to you. I thought you knew this.
No, I didn't. So you're telling me, this is what we need, man. Queen Elizabeth and all them, they could retire. I mean, she dead, but Queen Elizabeth and her entire family, they can retire. We need Clay fucking Thompson, bruv, inside the castle.
Buckingham Palace.
Yeah.
But okay, so anyway.
Oh my God, sorry. That was the biggest tangent. Anyway, go back.
Yeah, so then a couple other players were representing the U.S., and we had our pitcher Julio Urias, who was representing Mexico. And I was really proud of Mexico's team because there's one player on Mexico's team and who is possibly and arguably the best player on Mexico's national team. And his name is Randy Arozarena. Let me start that over again. Okay?
Yeah, Randy Arozarena.
Yeah. So Team Mexico's best player, Randy Arozarena, played for obviously Mexico, but he's Cuban. He's not even Mexican.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
So
what's the breakdown?
So it turns out Randy is from Cuba.
Okay.
Right? And he reached the highest level of Cuban professional baseball at the age of 19.
19?
Yeah.
Jesus.
His first season, get this, he was paid $4 a month.
Wait. $4 a month to be at the highest profession of baseball in Cuba?
Yeah. And then so his second season, he made $38 a month. And that was apparently higher than what his mom was making at the time for work too. So it was super crazy. And then in his second pro season with the Cuban team, they earned a chance to go to Puerto Rico to play in the Caribbean Series. But he was like one of the best hitters. Obviously, he was one of like the best players too on the Cuban team. But officials blocked him from going and participating in the Caribbean Series because they thought he was going to defect from Cuba.
What do you mean, like defect from Cuba?
Defect meaning he was going to like illegally leave Cuba because at the time, Castro and everything like that, that was still happening. So a lot of people were defecting. So they thought he was going to take this opportunity that he was going to go to Puerto Rico to defect to Puerto Rico. Got
you. Okay, so basically the MLB equivalent was saying like, like they're just trying to use this as like the link to go somewhere else.
And because I think he was just such a valuable player that they also didn't want to like lose him in that sense.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they just blocked him from playing in the Caribbean Series.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you think about it, too, because of, everything that was going on, like, imagine if he did go, like, the outside circumstances that could have just prevented him from playing, whether it be, like like a death threat or just like, just like some crazy shit happening at that time.
Yeah, no. And so then he's blocked from being playing in the Caribbean series. His father had just passed. His family, he left his family with little to no money, and he defected to Mexico by boat. So he illegally fled to Mexico, and he didn't know anybody there. He tried out for the Tijuana Toros team. He was so poor and like didn't have any money that he shared cleats and batting gloves with another prospect during tryouts.
Oh, hell no.
And he made the team. He made the team on the Tijuana Toros.
Yeah.
And after 2 years, he signed a MLB contract for I want to say it was either it was $1.25 million with the St. Louis Cardinals.
Oh, shit. He came up.
Yeah. So by 2020, he broke out with the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah.
Breaking several playoff records on the way to the World Series, and he's established himself in the MLB ever since.
Yeah.
But the only problem was that he still was a Cuban descendant and citizen. So he returns to Mexico. His mom lives there. His wife, his kids, his brother, they all live there now. In February of 2021, he's been, I guess, like always asking to get nationality from Mexico, but it never worked. So in 2021, in February, he went on Instagram and he literally made up like a plea to the Mexican president. Yeah. And said, I only asked for a favor. Give me nationality. Do me that favor to represent Mexico in the World Classic. It's all I want. So, he had been trying to gain citizenship for years, and the plea on Instagram actually worked.
Shoot, I mean, you got to get it one way or another, right?
Yeah, so President Andres at the time stated that he would put the country's director of migration on the case, and shortly after, Arozarena became a Mexican citizen. So that's so crazy, and it honestly makes me super proud too, because I'm just like, damn, like, usually a lot of us come to the US for that chance, and for someone to go from like another country to Mexico to look for an opportunity like that, and we gave him that opportunity. Yeah, like Mexico gave him that opportunity. It's amazing, and he's Cuban, he's literally has no lineage from Mexico, but he is now a Mexican citizen. That's
super cool. I mean, there's a couple factors that go into it, right? Like, obviously his story is just, I mean, this is something that I could see on like an HBO Max special or something, right? No,
legit. I literally would love to see just a documentary about Randy Arozarena's like life.
Yeah, because, going back to number 2 is like, you see the impact that not only Mexico has on him, on his personal life, but then you also see the impact that he has for Mexico. Yeah. Because I'm sure in some way, shape, or form, like whether you knew this story or not, at one point, let's just say people from Mexico thought that he was Mexican, And so like imagine being like a kid growing up, watching him play for, Tijuana and being like, I want to be like him. Yeah. And it's like, it didn't matter like where he was from. It just kind of felt like, okay, well, he's someone who represents me, and I'm Mexican, and he's playing for Tijuana, so I'm already assuming he's Mexican too.
Yeah, and like also too, like it's just like you said, you don't know if he's Cuban, if he's Mexican, if he's like, British, if he's American. Yeah. All that matters is that he was playing baseball and he was amazing at it. He is amazing at it, Yeah. And that's going to inspire a next generation of baseball players, in Mexico. So it's really awesome to see that. And shout out to... we got eliminated by Japan, but it's fine. Japan ended up winning the World Baseball Classic. They beat the U.S. So if we were going to lose to anybody, at least we lost to the champions. But Japan's fans are so nice. Like, so, okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, legit. Okay. Japan beat Mexico in a walk-off. It was 6-5. And... you can obviously that like Mexico's fans are defeated. Like you could see it on screen and while you're watching it. And something that stood out to me is that behind the dugout, there was a Mexico fan and then a Japan fan. Okay. And the Japan fan is the Japanese fan is like celebrating. He's waving his flag, and then he looks at the Mexican fan and he just bows. He bows to him and shakes his hand and gives him a hug.
Oh,
like,
that's a sign of respect.
Yeah,
that's lit.
like yeah, my team won and I want to celebrate, but hey, I respect you too. Like,
yeah.
Like job well done.
I wish literally.
And these are fans. They're not even the ones playing, you know?
I know. I literally wish that like any single game, like whether it be like basketball, baseball, or any major sport, actually, even if you go down to like little leagues and everything, I wish people were just like that respectable when it comes to like wins and losses.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean...
But Japanese, man, they're just so respectable.
Yeah, they are.
And respectful.
And then shout out to, so like, I'm literally going on a tangent about like the World Baseball Classic, guys, but I will literally wrap it up. But the last out of the World Baseball Classic was also super interesting because Shohei Ohtani, who is a Japanese player who plays for the Angels.
Yeah.
He was playing against his teammate, Mike Trout, who is also on the Angels, and Trout was presenting the U.S., and they asked Ohtani before, like, what he's most excited about, like, before the whole series started, the World Baseball Classic. And he said, I'm excited to play against, Mike Trout. He goes, because I don't ever get to play against him, and he's my teammate.
Yeah.
And because Mike Trout is also one of the best players in baseball. So the last out was Ohtani pitching, and Mike Trout
That's
was
lit.
batting,
That's super
and he
lit.
struck out his teammate.
Damn. I'm
crazy.
honestly coming from like, because, I played basketball when I was younger. So coming from like a competitive point of view, like I'm like literally getting chills right now because like I know what it's like to play against like, your teammates or people who you're like friends with. And it's like, man, just imagine being that dude who just like struck you out and you're like, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm that guy.
Yeah, I love like the World Baseball Classic this year was just freaking amazing. And whether you're not a fan of baseball, you were like it was in your face, which I really liked.
Yeah,
and it was super cool to see like like there was some people that I like literally like the Thompson brothers. I didn't know they were freaking Great Britain descent, and Trace Thompson was literally playing for Great Britain. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I mean that's super cool. I think that's the cool thing about it too, though, right? Like because me not really being too privy to baseball because at the end of the day, I did think like baseball is a laundry sport and it is a sport that I much rather enjoy like in the stadium. But, over the past couple of years, like, especially being in our relationship, it's like I've seen so many random baseball games like in Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
I've just watched casual baseball games on TV. And not that I'm like, oh, Nico's a baseball fan now, but it's like, it makes me more excited knowing like these stories, especially the one where you just told us, right? So it's like whether it be like the Cuban baseball player who officially became Mexican, and even with like the Japanese player playing against like Mike Trout is kind of like, damn, there's all these like little stories that just make it that much more interesting for me to want to watch. So it's like I might not totally be like invested in the game, but when you add in all these scenarios, it makes me more invested in the story and the game in turn.
Yeah, and then you also get to learn about like players too. Like now when you hear Randy Arozarena, you're gonna know like, oh shit, that's the Mexican player who's Cuban,
Yeah. Exactly.
And, Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout, like now those names. Those names are stuck with you.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
it's really cool.
For sure. We need some Filipino players in the freaking MLB, man.
I think that there has been like a Filipino player like in the MLB, but that was like way back when.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, unfortunately, like I don't know his name.
Yeah, and
I really don't.
But we can do research on it, and and I don't know. Is baseball a big? Like, it's not a big thing in the Philippines. It's basketball, isn't it?
So, I mean, it's funny that you say big thing because it's like when it comes to Filipinos, we're good at the sports we play. But, like, when you compare us to the rest of the world, we're just not that good.
Well, I mean, the Philippines just did have their first women's, like, national soccer team.
Yeah.
That was qualified for the Olympics, I believe. Or something like that, yeah, but... The Philippines women's national soccer team.
So, all this came down to was a simple Google search that I did right now. And there have actually been a decent amount of Filipino baseball players.
Really?
Like literally a decent amount. Like enough so that like I'm actually scrolling. Oh, what the heck?
What?
I don't know if this is correct, but it's saying that Tim Lincecum is Filipino.
It is. Oh, yeah, he is Filipino. I remember that. Tim Lincecum is Filipino. I remember I saw that one time on Twitter, but he did say that he doesn't really, like, say it all that much because he wasn't really, like, he didn't grow up. I think it had to do because his, like, mom wasn't really in his life. Or like, you know, something like that. I can't really remember. And don't take my words for verbatim. But like I did remember seeing that he was Filipino. I think I saw it on Twitter where he did like an interview.
So, you know, this is actually coming from Bleacher Report. It's saying, along with Manny Pacquiao, Tim Lincecum is undoubtedly one of the two most gifted and accomplished Filipino athletes that have ever lived. But unlike Pacquiao, Lincecum's appearance doesn't quite scream out, "I'm Filipino." Then again, Lincecum's diminutive stature and lanky frame doesn't exactly scream out, "I'm the best pitcher in MLB ever."
Yeah. I mean, literally, Tim Lincecum, he's like a psycho. Like, he looks like a psycho. Like, that's what everyone says.
Yeah.
But he was really good.
That's cool. And, you know, honestly, I make fun of Jackie a lot because I was basically around when the Giants won like 3 World Series. And so, what? She's shaking her head. I'm just saying.
Oh, God.
I'm literally just saying.
Literally,
but,
Nico can't name a single Giants player.
First of all,
Tim
Lincecum
is not a current Giants player.
I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying. But the fact that now I know that Tim Lincecum is Filipino.
I'm sick.
It actually makes me more excited, and like it makes me more what's the word?
What?
Thankful that the Giants won all those times
I'm sick.
in the past decade or so.
Literally, I'm looking.
Shouts out to Timmy, man.
Timmy, I'm sick. Jordan Yamamoto. Wow.
Yo.
Wow.
Okay, hold on.
There's a, I think he's current. There's a guy, Jordan Yamamoto. He is half Filipino descent as well as Japanese, Chinese, Spanish, and Portuguese.
Oh, he's a little bit of everything, huh?
Yeah, he's 26.
That's wild.
Yeah. Oh, he's a former professional baseball pitcher. He played in the MLB for the Miami Marlins and New York Mets. Wow, that's so cool.
That's sick. I did find actually more information about Tim Lincecum right now. So it was saying his dad, Chris Lincecum, is actually the mastermind behind everything. So I'm just going to read exactly what's on Bleacher Report so that y'all don't have to find the article, right? So it says, ever since he was a 5-year-old boy, Tim and his older brother Sean have played baseball. They spent years in the backyard of their Renton, Washington home with their father learning the intricacies of the audacious delivery. His mother, Becky Assis, might be part of the reason behind Tim's unassuming manner and humble nature. A second-generation Filipino-American, Becky is one of Valeriano and Filomena Assis's 10 children, 8 girls and 2 boys. So, Tim Lincecum's mom is one of 8, or one of 10 rather, and oh my God. What? And she was born, I believe, in Stockton, California.
That's
how. Oh my God! And guess what?
What?
Her Tim Lincecum's grandfather was born in Batangas.
That's where your family's
yes.
from. Oh my God! What if you and Tim Lincecum are related?
Oh my God, Tim's my cousin. Tim Lincecum is officially my cousin. I'm just saying.
The Freak is your cousin. That's his nickname.
Yeah, no, I know.
I don't think you know that.
No, I knew.
Wow, he's from Batangas? That's crazy. We're literally figuring this out as we like go through this podcast.
That's so sick.
That's so cool.
Oh yeah. You know what?
You should call your mom right now and tell her. Like, that's just kind of cool.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Call your grandpa.
I'm gonna buy it.
Call your grandpa.
No, my grandpa's not gonna answer.
Yes, he is.
I'll tell him after.
No, I want to see your grandpa's reaction. I want to tell him. I'm like, hey, grandpa. I was like, do you know that Tim Lincecum was born in, or his family's from Batangas?
Let me see.
Oh my God, we're gonna call Nico's grandpa live.
Let's see.
Because his grandpa's a huge baseball fan, and so like I always like talk to his grandpa about baseball. Oh my gosh. Exciting. Exciting. Exciting.
What's poppin', Mexipinos? We want to stop the podcast momentarily to tell y'all once again about our friends, Tap Tap Send.
Tap Tap Send is your remittance best friend. You guys can send money to the Philippines from the US, the UK, Canada, and Europe.
Jackie seemed a little bit unsure about that, yes. But also Europe. Because Filipinos, man. Filipinos are literally everywhere across the globe. I'm talking about, I got family literally over in Sydney, Australia. Mm-hmm. We have friends that we made over on Twitch over in the UK.
Yeah.
And
in Canada.
Yeah.
And in Canada.
And also in Canada. So the best way for you to send your money to the homies, to the family members, etc., just make sure you download Tap Tap Send, and if you're in the US, you get $10 that you could send to them for the free with the code Mexipino.
You literally can send money with no fees, so make sure you guys download Tap Tap Send app and then use code Mexipino.
Hell yeah. Now, let's get back to the podcast, y'all. Hey, Grandpa.
Tell him I'm here.
What's up?
Hey, really quick, did you know that Tim Lincecum is Filipino?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
He knew.
You knew this?
He is Filipino.
Wait,
how come you never told me?
Oh, I thought you're not familiar with. I thought you're not interested in Team Lincecum.
Hi, Daddy Lito.
Hi. He is from Seattle.
Oh, did you know that his family is from Batangas?
Oh, that's not I know. No, I don't know that. Oh yeah?
Yeah, he is. His family, his mom, his grandpa is from Batangas. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, we're from Batangas.
Yeah. Well, we're doing a podcast right now, so we decided to call you to let you know and get your reaction.
Okay. Yeah, I've known that since he started with the Giants.
Oh, okay. All right, Grandpa. Well, I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay.
Your grandma.
So at the end of it, my grandma was like, "Sino yun," which basically just means like, "Who is that?"
Your grandma is me.
you know something that Filipinos do though, which is like hilarious, is that like they start acting a different way once they find out you're Filipino.
Yeah, no, literally that's how Mexicans are too. Like when we're at like a restaurant or something, and then like we find out that like, oh, like you're Mexican, like, oh, then okay, we could talk to each other in Spanish.
Yeah.
That actually happened with me when my car was getting fixed. The man who was fixing my car, who was like low key, like kind of like, it was a little sketchy.
Yeah.
He had an accent, but I couldn't make if it was a Spanish accent or like just a different type of accent.
Okay.
So I'm talking to him, my dad's talking to him, and then we drop off the car, and then when we pick it up, my dad sees the guy and he goes, "Oh, hola, ¿cómo estás?" And then the guy looks at us like, "What the hell?" And then he's just like, he asked us in Spanish, he goes, "Are you guys Latino?" And we're like, "Yeah." And then the guy goes, "I thought you guys were Filipino this whole time."
I'm so dead.
And my dad and I are like, "No." He's like, "Where are you guys from?" And I was like, "Well, we're both from here, but like our families like are from, where their respective like hometowns are."
Yeah.
And he's just like, "I'm from Sinaloa." And we're like, "Okay." And this whole time we're talking to him in Spanish. And this man is like mind blown at the fact that we're like Mexican now.
Yeah.
And then he just goes,
that we're Mexican now.
Yeah. And then he's just like, and then he goes, "Well, that changes everything. You guys don't have to pay me like 800. You could pay me like
I'm so dead. So you're saying this man was willing to upcharge some Filipinos, but then when he found out y'all were Mexican, he's like, "Hey man, look, I'm so sorry. This is what we gonna do. We gonna cut first $300 off. We gonna cut out all the taxes. And you know what? Here's an extra tire."
No, it's hella funny. And then we were just like, "No, like we're Mexican." And he goes, "Well, I look like it. You guys don't look like it."
I'm so dead, man. I'm so dead.
So that's my like, once you find out, you're like, Mexican or Latino, then we're just like, cool. We're like, all right, we'll cut you a discount.
I know that's hilarious. You know, this kind of reminds me of a conversation I was having with the homies, right? So, you know, to kind of put it into perspective, one time Jackie and we went to Boiling Crab, you know, just to get like our little fix, right? A little shrimp over here, little what's the sauce we use? We use like
Whole shebang.
Yeah, we get like whole shebang medium, right?
I won't boil.
So damn good. But what's funny is that, you know, sometimes they have like an open kitchen and you can see the back. And I shit you not, whether it be like a Boiling Crab or like whatever restaurant we go to, a fuzz spot, literally, it could be an Asian spot, it could be an American spot, it could be whatever spot, right? 100% of the time, Mexicans are always working the kitchen. And I'm like, bro, Mexicans make better Vietnamese food. They make better Boiling Crab. They make better pho. They make better Filipino food. They make better any type of food as long as they're working in the kitchen. It's nuts.
Yeah, like literally that's something that I've noticed too. Like it's always just Mexican cooks in the kitchen, and we could be at an Asian restaurant, and I just think that's the most hilarious thing ever, because I think we went to Boiling Crab one time. Oh, sorry, I just like choked on my own like voice.
Saliva.
No, I'm like my own voice. I don't know. It's like cut off. But anyway, we were at Boiling Crab one time in Rosemead, and I looked in the kitchen, and everyone in my family noticed one cook in the kitchen who literally is Mexican, lives across the street from my aunt in the dead heart of East LA. And we're all like, we're at Boiling Crab.
It's like, bro, that's the neighbor.
Yeah, we're like, that's the fucking neighbor. Like, we could have just gone to his house and he could have probably made us this.
It's like, hey, bro, look, let me run you a proposition. You live right next door. You know the recipes. We'll buy the recipes. You gonna cook for us, and we'll just pay you directly.
So this begs the question, if, like, all cooks in restaurants are Mexican, isn't everything Mexican food?
That's a great point. That's a freaking great point. I would literally say, yeah, why not? Why not? I think if Mexicans are cooking every single food in the world, that would mean every single food is Mexican food.
We went to a fuzz spot in Long Beach right before Club Real Ones.
Yeah.
And the cooks were fucking Mexican.
Yes.
The cooks were freaking Mexican.
Yes. And you know what's funny about that is like they had like in-house music that was playing like very low. But then if you passed by the kitchen, all you heard was like suavemente.
No, literally.
Besame. And I'm just like, bruh, like they are really going in back there.
Man, shout out to my people. Shout out to my people. We killing it.
Mexicans running the world, man. Mexicans is running the world. Like, you know, tequila is like also running the world too. But unfortunately, there's a freaking tequila shortage.
In the arms of an angel.
It's kind of weird, right? So it's like,
I don't understand how there can be a tequila shortage.
So I was doing a little bit of research on it. And so basically what the news was saying, shouts out to CNN if y'all like, you know, listen to CNN or not. But this is just a valid source that I could get from this. What is happening is that over here in California, you know how we're getting like massive amounts of rain and whatnot?
Yeah, we're getting like fucking rain, tornadoes, and wind like no other. Like we live in the fucking Midwest.
Yeah, exactly. Like there was literally a tornado in Montebello, which is, you know, for the most part, maybe like 20 miles away from where the podcast is being filmed. It's not that far.
But it's literally like 2 miles from where my parents live.
Yeah, it's like super close, right? Like just imagine it basically being like East LA. And so basically California's been getting like this crazy weather, whether it be the water and the snow, and then we're getting like a super hot random day out of the week, right? So apparently all these weather changes happening is also affecting Mexico. So Mexico is actually getting drier. And because the land over there is getting drier, it's affecting the way the agave plants are getting cropped and farmed. So, you know, if there's no agave plants to harvest the tequila, there's no tequila.
We need to get our shit together. Global warming is no joke.
It's some real. I've literally learned over the past couple months that like it's some real ass shit.
If y'all want your tequila, we need to get our shit together and start taking care of Mother Earth because global warming is fucking it up, okay? We're not gonna get our tequila if we start treating Mother Nature like shit, okay, guys? Get it together. Get it together.
So, you know what they actually...
Forget about bottle service. You guys ain't getting shit.
Yeah. You know what they need to do, though? And let me tell you what they actually... where this global warming actually needs to, like, come into effect.
What?
This global warming needs to affect France.
Why? What?
Yeah.
Why?
Wanna know why?
Why?
Because the grapes used to make Hennessy is from France.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm away out.
Honestly,
I'm away out the options, right? I'm away out the options. Would you rather have a tequila shortage or a Hennessy shortage? Look, take this global warming ass, move this shit over to France, and like dilute all the grapes.
Babe, I hate to break it to you, but global warming means global, so it kind of is in France. It is in France already. I don't think you
just concentrate all this global warming into one freaking look. Don't touch Mexico, touch France.
He literally said, take global warming from this side and go over here. Global warming is everywhere. That's what the term global means.
What we gotta do is we gotta take global warming and push it somewhere else.
Okay, Patrick. That was very SpongeBob.
Oh fuck, man! But yeah, there is unfortunately a tequila shortage, which I'm actually sad about. Which I know Kylie Jenner's pockets is actually very sad about too.
Kendall Jenner. I was about to say that. I was about to say, Kendall Jenner, we're coming for your ass, and I hope it affects 818 Tequila.
Look, you know what she can do to actually like give reparations back.
Apologize to Selena Gomez. Apologize to Selena Gomez and follow her.
Well, that's one thing that we'll get into.
Yeah.
But then the other thing I was gonna suggest is that like she builds a plant, like a greenhouse to safely manufacture all this agave, so that Mexico could actually like continue to grow the tequila.
Or she can just solve everything with a Pepsi can.
All right, I think we're gonna go into Kendall Jenner and how it's affecting the Latino society.
Kendall Jenga is is currently infiltrating the Latino community because she's dating Bad Bunny, and now we all hate Bad Bunny, and now because of that, the Jenner Kardashian curse is now getting to Bad Bunny. So there's that.
That's nuts. So like. Something happened this week, right? And Jackie actually like posted a video about it.
Yes. So Bad Bunny is currently being sued for $40 million by his ex-girlfriend. Oh. And if you Google Bad Bunny's net worth, it says $40 million.
So basically,
she's coming for all his coins.
She's trying to run it up. She's trying to say like any bag that you made, I'm getting.
Yeah, but like, so what his ex-girlfriend is saying, Carliz de la Cruz Hernandez, what she's saying is that he's illegally using a 4-second audio that she made for at his request, and it's her saying Bad Bunny baby, and she's featured on 2 songs with her voice, and so she's saying that he illegally used it, like he didn't have permission. So now she wants $40 million for all that. And because of other things, like I guess when they were together, she would handle contracts, she would handle invoices, she booked like parties for him while they were together. Sorry, I need to sneeze, guys. Oh, it went away. Never mind. Okay. And then, and yeah, so I guess his PR team or one of his reps reached out to her last year in March and offered her only $2,000 for that 4-second audio. There's no way. So she said no, and now she's coming at him with a lawsuit of $40 million.
Yeah, because I think it would have been smart on Bad Bunny's part and his team to do like a couple things, right? One, you just don't have to use the audio. You could literally get somebody from your team who already knows what's up to do the exact same thing. That's the
or
first
just
thing.
legally do it. But
No,
I think
but the second thing is what she could have done and what the team could have done was just offer her a percentage of whatever that song is.
Oh, it's 2
because okay, 2 songs, right? So 4-second audio of her voice, right? And this is like the music industry head coming out of me right now. But if you have like, let's just say like a 1-minute song, right? And you do 4 seconds worth of audio on that song, you could kind of pitch it to where it's like, hey, I need 4% of this actual song if you want me to use it, if you want to use it moving forward.
Yeah. I think, well, also too, like, I think she's now kind of like, I don't want to put like a label on her, but I think a lot of people like are kind of looking at her as like the vengeful ex, because I think Bad Bunny did her pretty dirty when it came to like how this relationship ended. So people are kind of,
do you know how he?
I don't know. I can't remember, but like I know people are kind of like, oh, like get your bag, sis. Like he thought he could play you.
Yeah.
So now it's kind of just like people want her to get her money, you know? I don't think she's going to get the $40 million. I think she might get like a pretty penny, to be honest. I think she might get something in the millions, but I don't think she's going to get 40 million.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for women empowerment. So it's like at the same end, this guy's fucking rich. So it's just like, look, girl, like get your freaking bag. I don't care. It doesn't really affect me, but like it obviously affects you. So go ahead and get that thing. But if I am being realistic, just like you said, I don't think you're going to get 40. I think you could maybe get like 1 or 2 or like a percentage of like whatever like these particular songs are, because I mean, you can't really like paper trail like all the contracts that she set up or the parties unless she has all those receipts.
Yeah. I mean, literally like, I think, I don't know. It's just a difficult situation. Like, I know this is probably what you don't want. Like, actually, somebody the other day suggested that I be your manager.
Someone suggested that you be my manager?
Yeah, they're like, you should manage Nico. They're like, why don't you guys, like, not full on manage everything as far as, like.
But career-wise,
but career-wise, yeah. Like, as far as, like, booking certain stuff. Like, not booking everything, but helping you book things.
Yeah.
They said that I should. Because you could use me as a tax write-off.
I'm fucking dead.
That too. I mean, like, you could use me as a tax write-off, and, like, we're both making money, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
But I know Nico, and I told that person, I was like, Nico would never, and has said that he would never let me, like, be a day-to-day manager.
I mean, I just feel like it's, no offense to this person that you're talking about, because I feel like I have an idea of, like, who it is. But, like, I just feel like it kind of gets a little risky. So like, let's just say it's like a Bad Bunny and like said ex-girlfriend situation, right? So it's like, now what's happened is that it's like you've paid your girlfriend/your your girlfriend-ager or whatever you want to call it, right? You've paid her. And then if you guys like break up for whatever reason, now it's like this awkward situation on a personal level, but then it becomes awkward on like a legal scale too.
Yeah, like, well, and then like this person who like suggested that, we were also saying, they're like, well, like, no, I think like, Jackie, like, and you guys are both, you guys meaning me and you, are both aware of like that we can split like business and relationship.
Yeah,
that,
for sure.
Like, it would be okay. Like, I'm not gonna call somebody and be like, hi, I'm Nico's girlfriend, like, we'd like you to book him, blah blah blah.
For
like,
sure. For sure. I mean, I've definitely understood situations where I've been around artists whose girlfriends are also their manager. Shit, I'll just shout him out. Shouts out to my boy, god damn it, not Sam I Am, fucking shit. Not DJ Sam I Am. Wait.
Whoa.
Who the fuck is that guy from oh my god. If y'all remember dude, I'm literally giving a brain fart right now. You know what? I'm just gonna shout him out whenever like I do when his name. It was a show on Netflix. It was the rap show that DJ Head was Sam, be yourself. Shouts out to my boy Sam, be yourself, and his lovely wife, because they made everything work out. Sam, be yourself. You're my guy, man.
Wait,
we need
so
you back.
Sam is his girlfriend's manager?
No, Sam, be yourself is the rapper.
Yeah, I know, but like,
And
also his girlfriend.
His girl is his manager.
Is his manager.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Aliza, I believe. And, you know, they're lovely. Aliza, like, just came at me, like, very professionally, so I didn't even know. And then once I got to, like, know more about Sam and, like, you know, follow his journey, I was like, I'm pretty sure they're dating, but, you know, it's cool. I ain't tripping. This is public knowledge. I'm not.
You're not airing it out.
I'm not airing it out or anything. Like, but, you know, if it works out for them, cool. I just don't feel like it's a situation that would necessarily work out for us. But, you know, whatever floats your boat at the end of the day. Whatever floats your mother freaking boats.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know,
I want to get really quickly, super random. I want to get like podcast like thingies, like grips, so that way I could like sit back and just have the mic right here. Because I feel like I move around. Like I feel like, you know that like video of Ray J on like Love and Hip Hop with the beanie?
Yeah.
I feel like that's how I
what
am
you are.
every time somebody, like, if you're watching the video version on YouTube, I feel like that's how people, like, see me as Ray J. Like, you know, like, I'm in different positions every time the camera's on me.
Or you're like DJ Envy. Have you ever seen DJ Envy
No.
interview? He's always like moving the freaking mic, like, yo, what up? It's DJ Envy, always moving the mic and whatnot. Chuck Dizzle does a very good impression of him.
Really?
Yeah, you should ask Chuck Dizzle to do it.
No, I actually saw Chuck last night.
Yeah, shouts out to Chuck Dizzle, man. A couple other things that we wanted to go through, right? So, you know, Jackie and I moving in together. There's something that Filipinos and Mexicans have in common when it comes to, like, you know, cleanliness, right? So the way we go about our daily basis, let's say Jackie's the one cooking, I'm the one who cleans the dishes. And so why is it that Filipinos, despite the fact that we have a dishwasher, we never use the dishwasher? We use it more so as a dish rack, but it's never an actual dishwasher.
And that, like, honestly annoys the fuck out of me. Like, not that I want you to use a dishwasher, it's the fact that you use it as a dish rack. Like, it's not, the purpose is not intended for a dish rack.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, you know, growing up, like, one of my chores was actually to, like, wash the dishes. And so when we aren't able to use the dishwasher, I'd be like, Mom, like, why don't we just use the dishwasher? She's like, no. Like, you need to make sure that you grab it and then you hand wipe it and whatnot, make sure it's clean, like in the crevices. And I'm just like, but God and the beautiful people that he made on this earth made this freaking dishwasher to simplify our lives. So why aren't we going to use it?
I personally don't trust dishwashers.
What do you mean?
I personally don't. Like, I feel like
You think they're liars?
I feel like they just don't clean thoroughly. You know? I feel like they don't clean thoroughly.
I get that.
And I think you're supposed to like pre-wash kind of the dish before you put it in the dishwasher.
I mean,
so
that
like
makes...
I know like definitely like lazy people definitely do not do that. So that's why I don't trust dishwashers.
Well, the thing is, like, let's say we're eating spaghetti, right? Like Filipino spaghetti specifically. Let's say we're eating Filipino spaghetti and then there's like a whole bunch of sauce on the dish, right? I'll rinse it first to make sure there's no like just sauce that just goes directly into the dishwasher.
You're such a liar.
I'm not even lying. Why would I put hella sauce on why would I put a saucy ass plate in a dishwasher?
Because you're you.
I'm not that lazy.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Literally, you want me to bring up the tortilla incident last night?
Go ahead.
This Nico just said he's not lazy. We have like a ledge when you enter our apartment, and it's like the little doorway, and there's a ledge. And you put stuff on there. Nico puts everything on there. Why? I don't know. Everything has a place. But yesterday, he had like tortillas in a tinfoil because he went out to lunch with some friends. And
shout out to Brian Sampson.
And so he had leftover tortillas in the tinfoil. He puts it on that freaking ledge by the door. And then the kitchen is not even like 10 feet away. It's not even 10 feet away. So then I walk in from work. No, I actually come back from a dinner with friends, and keep in mind, it's like 9:30. So 9:30 at night. And so I look and I see this I see aluminum foil on the freaking ledge. And I pick it up. I'm like, what is this? And he goes on the couch. He goes, oh, it's tortillas. I'm like, why is it on the ledge? And he goes, he goes, well, it's because I got fajitas. That's not my fucking question. Why is it on the ledge? So then I literally get the tortillas. I walk. I'm not joking, guys, 4 steps, and I put it on the counter in the kitchen. And I looked at him. I'm like, was that hard? Was that hard? And I guarantee you, he reheated the fajitas for dinner for himself. I guarantee you he didn't even eat the tortillas because they were on the ledge and he didn't want to go get them.
No, it's because the tortillas that I did already have packaged with the fajitas that I was going to heat up, there was already enough. And I was like, okay, cool. I don't need extra
Okay, so
tortillas.
You just left extra tortillas? You couldn't just throw them away?
No, that's the thing. I leave it there because I had the idea that I was going to throw it away.
Why not just throw it away in that instance? Like, oh, yeah,
because
I'm
why
gonna throw
put
it
something...
away. You didn't even throw it away. That's the thing. That's my problem. You didn't even throw it away. You didn't throw it away. You left it on the ledge. Yeah.
Mexipino podcast, everybody. Episode 57. We are in here like swimwear, and you know, we're not gonna bicker about the things that happen inside the apartment.
Oh, we are. People are gonna like.
Oh God.
I think this is more quality content now, just because we live together. So now I feel like we can bring up certain things that happen in the apartment on the podcast, and people are gonna be like, "Damn, like Nico needs to get his shit together."
You know, like the fact that Jackie never turns off the light in the bedroom even when she leaves for work. See? Exactly. Talk about airing people out. My name is Nico Blitz.
I'm Jackie Ramirez.
And this is the Mexipino podcast. We will see you with a special guest on the next one. Bye.
Adios.